Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I was a little bit stressed, but I am okay. I am okay. So, my beautiful Linda is here. Nick, I hope he's still going to come through. But Jaiji let me know that she will not be able to be on the show today. One of her staff members died a half an hour ago. And my prayers will go to Jaisri and to her employer's family. And if you allow me, can we have a 1 minute of prayer for all the people that are going through so many things, and especially for Jaisri and the staff members' family. Thank you. My beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I would have come on here with my monkey on my back, and I decided not to do that. I even put all my hair up so that you can see the monkey, but I will still put a monkey on. But I was thinking, if you are all okay, I would love to play Jaisri's video that she have completed for me in this week. So my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, let me play you Jaisri's video.
Hi, everybody. So, my golden nugget for you is pay attention to the words that you use and the pictures that you make in your mind, because the mind listens to the words that we use and it reacts to the pictures that we make in our mind. For example, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm so nervous," say, "I'm excited." Use words that do not have meaning to it. And a lot of people, including myself, when we make a mistake, I would say, "Oh my God, I'm so stupid," or "How could I be so stupid?" And don't use that word, because the word stupid is an identifier. It is affecting how you feel about yourself. So use words that do not have meaning. For example, now instead of saying stupid, I say silly billy. It has no real meaning. It has no real picture that you make in your mind that can do damage to your self-worth. So make the pictures good, make the words good, and your life will be good. Thank you.
Wow, I didn't know I'm going to play that, but yes, thank you so much, Daisy, for that. Daisy is also one of my diamond beauty experts, and she's posting a lot during the day, inspiring and empowering people all around the world. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Then I'm going to play my beautiful video of Aaron's, my sponsor, Aaron. And then I will bring Linda in. So I am so excited. And then Sunny will also come and have a chat with you all. So are you ready to have 3 beautiful breaths before we start? Here we go. Another one in. Last one. Beautiful. Let me play 60 TV's video. Hello, my beautiful Linda. How are you, my beautiful one?
Fabulous. Thank you. It's great to be with you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I have seen the is coming comments coming through, but I just wanted to tell the ladies on the Diamond Beauty Forever group, remember we are a private group and we cannot see your name. So if you can just add your name in the beginning and or at the end, then we will know he is giving us some love and some comments. So my beautiful Linda. I was very excited for today's session because for me, I just quickly want to bring up my picture. For me, for many years, my favorite self-talk, my favorite one is an Afrikaans wording I used to say, I can do anything, but I cannot lose the weight. I cannot lose the weight. And then 4 years ago, when I started with my journey, I had to change my dialogue, my inner dialogue. So the reason for Sunny on my back, not only have people given me names all these years, I was teased at school, I was bullied at school because I was overweight. At work, people, I don't know the reason, but a lot of people think that when you are big, that you are lazy. So I work very hard. But not only had I put my monkey on my back, but I put other people's monkeys also on my back. So I can tell you my self-worth and my self-talk was definitely not a good thing. So the first thing I did, my beautiful Linda, I was standing in front of the mirror and I was looking at my why. What is the reason why I want to change my life? And when I asked myself the third time, I knew I want to live. I don't want to die. And that, Linda, that changed my life because I have tried this diet thing for years. I've tried all those things for years. For years. It's like a roller coaster up and down, a yo-yo. But when I realized that I want to live, I don't want to die, something happened in my heart. And when I look at myself in the mirror, my self dialogue, my self talk changed. So I'm going to take off Sunny because he's actually, I don't get a lot of, he's actually restricting me. So I'm going to take him off and then we're going to spend some beautiful time together. So I just want to let you know, Linda, this is Sunny. There's 10 books. I'm busy with book number 11 that he is teaching children from 4 to 6 mindfulness and self love. So I'm busy with number 11. And yes, I am so happy that he could demonstrate the monkey on our back. So let me just put him there. My beautiful Linda, I know I had a intro into this because I wanted to get rid of the monkey off my back. But please, can you introduce yourself to us? And before you do that, can I just tell you why I love you and why you are so special for me? May I please tell you?
Please.
I met you on Speaker Speak Live. And you know, Linda, you always give beautiful comments. I know you call it a sandwich. I know we cannot do that anymore because our time frame is a little bit too short now with Speaker Speak. There is just too many people there. But in the beginning, you had a beautiful sandwich. You gave something special in the beginning, something positive. You gave us a little bit of criticism or something that the person can work on. And then you end off with something positive. And I remember the day that you said to me, Sanet, you must not change your accent or the way that you're talking because I love it. And then you said, you please make sure to check a little bit in the camera while you're speaking. So that was the criticism because I didn't do that. And the last part is you said to me, Sanet, keep on shining your light because when I just look at you, I feel like the sun is shining on me. And Linda, that day, my heart went over, and I just wanted to hug you to say thank you, because that day I was so nervous. It was my first official public speaking, and your sandwich was just amazing for me. And then I followed you. When you are busy on your show every day, most of the time I try to go and watch, but you are such an inspiration. So that is why I love you, my beautiful Linda. So if you can introduce yourself, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, first of all, thank you for those lovely words. I only said what was true, and you do light up the room. And for those that don't know, you're in South Africa. I'm in Denver, Colorado, in America. But we had the great fortune of Sanet came to Colorado, and we got a group of us from Speaker Speak got to have lunch. What a day it was to meet our beautiful Sanet. So we feel the same way about you. We love you, and we are so glad you're part of our group, and we get to be part of your life. So a little bit about me. The name of my company is Thrive Every Day, because I believe that when we believe we can thrive, we thrive even more. So self-talk or inner dialogue has always been important to me, just like it is to Sanet, which she calls her company Self-Love for You, and that is what we all need. So my journey began, well, my life began much before, but my cancer diagnosis was the beginning of Thrive, because my doctor said, "Oh, Linda, don't worry, we caught it early, you'll survive." And I went, "Oh no, I'm going to thrive, and I'm going to help others do the same." And I started teaching the vision board and having people put positive pictures everywhere. Pictures of their vision board, pictures of where they're going, why they're working for what they're working for, pictures of their family. And it changes how you feel about life. And when you look at those pictures, you remember life is good, even when it's not doing nice things to you at the moment. So that's why today is so important, that we learn our inner dialogue and continue to thrive.
Wow, amazing, amazing. I see Nick have just joined us, so we will bring him into the studio just now. But Linda, I want to say you came to the Diamond Beauties when we still had also, we did 84 live sessions. You came last year and you came in the beginning of this year. And the week that you came, we talked about goals. And yes, I know about the vision board and I have put it on my Excel spreadsheet, but never printed it. So this year I made a decision. I'm going to print it. And I wanted to print my vision board already, but I had to wait a little bit for my pension to come through so that I do have money. I want to laminate it as well. So I will be going tomorrow, Tuesday, and print it. And then I will make sure to send you a copy of mine. So I am very excited about that. So I could not save your video, even the one that you sent to me.
Mm.
But I've learned something new, Linda. You're never too old to learn something new. So if I go to uh, present and I share my screen, let me see if I can get it right now. Share my screen. And then I go to Facebook and I go to your page, share, and I just gonna go out there and I'm gonna play.
Are you nice to yourself? Do you realize that some of the things that we say to ourselves?
So Linda, can you hear that?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So I cannot see the studio, so I'm just gonna continue a little bit of what I want people to hear.
Can be more damaging than judgment from others, criticism from others? Our inner dialogue is so important, and we need to be nice to ourselves. I know sometimes I do something that isn't the smartest thing, and I'll go, "You dumb, you dork. Stop that talk, Linda. That's not good." So I like to say, to get a big grin on my face and turn my frown upside down and say something nice to myself. And then I turn on my phone, I go to my notes, I have a set of notes about times when I was down on myself, and I talk about what I did and what I could have done differently. And I
Linda, let me stop sharing and just come back to you. Okay. So, Linda, tell us, what are you telling yourself, or what do you put in your phone? And then when you finish, I will bring in our beautiful Nick to join us.
So you mean, you want me to say what I put in my phone?
Yeah, you remember you said you stopped it and then you go to your phone. So please tell us, what are you doing on your phone?
Well, I use Notes, which is on an iPhone. You can use whatever you want where you can keep the record. And I say, today you criticized somebody and it didn't make you feel good. The next time you want to say something like that to someone, think about how they are going to receive it and how it would make you feel if you said it to you. And that will stop you from being critical. And it makes me feel so different. And then when I am having days where I feel like I've not done things right, I go back and listen to those messages I've given myself and practice being kinder.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Linda. So let me bring in Nick. Nick, are you ready to be bring? I'm gonna bring you in. Hello, Nick. Wow,
Hi.
Nick, you gave me such a fright because you're not here. And I thought, what? I hope you are okay. So, my beautiful Nick, please, are you okay? Just tell me that. Tell me that.
Yeah, no. We had load shedding,
Oh,
and
okay.
so we didn't have power. But then the power came on, and I rushed on here.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So I just wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen, in South Africa, we don't have enough power. So we share power. We call load shedding. And we actually had four sessions from yesterday till today of 3.5 hours. So I don't know also what's going on, but we are working around the power, and we are still happy and we are still smiling. So, Nick, before I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself, I actually, for my blog, on my website, Self Love Ignites Me. And I know people cannot spell ignite, Linda. So I had to change the ignite to four. So let me just bring it up. So self love for me.com. I have a blog. I actually did a investigation and went and see the energy that you are putting self-talk, positive self-talk or negative self-talk on yourself. So it takes more energy to speak badly about yourself because then you have to uplift yourself again. Why not be your own cheerleader and speak positively about yourself all the time? And that is one of the things I have practiced. It was not easy in the beginning. And sometimes I still do get myself saying something like, "Ach, Sanet." I know that's not even bad, but still, "Ach, Sanet." It's an Afrikaans saying, Sanet. Then I will just, you can see Nick laughs because he knows the Afrikaans meaning. So I will just, if I say, "Ach, Sanet," I will go, but I will, my husband said, I'm a drama queen. Then I will go, la, 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 like a ballerina. And I will say, I Sanet, not ach, Sanet,
Yeah.
Sanet. I love you so much. And I will have a dance with me. Even if it's in a shop, I have done it. I have done it because it sounds almost the same, but there's a big difference in our in Afrikaans. So, my beautiful Nick, thank you for being here. Thank you for rushing in. Please introduce yourself. I would really appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure. So I am Nick Smit, the Rebel Ninja, and I was injured in a car accident when I was 6 months old. And as a result of that car accident, I lost my dad, my one set of grandparents, and I was left with a physical disability called cerebral palsy with hemiplegia. Basically put, this side of my brain was damaged, which has affected the left-hand side of my body. So I walk with a gangster limp because I'm cool like that. And I have a rogue arm that does its own thing. So this is my left arm. It doesn't work quite as well as my right. But you know what? I say that my disability is my greatest weakness, but it's also my greatest strength because it pushes me forward to basically, when I was young, prove people wrong. But now I use it as an empowering tool to help empower myself, but also help empower others.
Wow, amazing. I'm going to tell you now what, when I met you the first time and also when I read your story, first of all, I quickly want to show you. This is what I wrote for us, for our self-talk session today. Embrace your inner harmony and let your authentic voice be heard by practicing positive and uplifting self-talk every day.
Mm.
Beautiful. So, my beautiful Linda, let me go to you and please tell us, how long are you doing this amazing show of yours, Thrive and Do? And tell us what feedback did your audience give you? What is was the one that gives you the most, the biggest surprise maybe? And what do they say to you? Thank you, Linda. What do they say?
Well, I started during the pandemic. March 13th, life shut down in the United States. And March 20th, I believe it was, or March 21st, no, it was April 1st actually, I started 2-Minute Tips to Thrive at 2, because Thrive Every Day is my business. And what can I do to say something positive to the world? And I don't like those long blips on Facebook. I don't listen to them. So 2-minute tips, alliteration came in, so it was 2 minutes. I must admit I go over sometimes. But was such a discipline that it gave me something to do every day. And then the feedback came. It gave people something to look forward to. It was always positive. I had no idea what I would do every day, but it just kept coming. And the ideas, the more you write, the more you work on something, the more ideas flow. I know Sanet can speak to that, and I bet Nick can too. So the feedback's been positive. And when I go now, I kept it up for 2.5 years, every single day. Now it's about 3 times a week. And I get messages, where are you? Which tells me I need to get back to every single day. It
Yes.
makes my audience feel better. It makes me feel better. It's win-win.
Yes, please, Linda, if you can. And may I please ask you if you are, when you go onto your show and you can also give a copy to the Diamond Beauties, I know they will love it. I sometimes try to share your video, but most of the time it doesn't allow me to share. So you are welcome to put it on the Diamond Beauties. The ladies will love to hear, because you are amazing, my girl. You are really amazing. So thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc. Thank you for that. My beautiful Nick, I am going to bring up your website. There you are. So can I just tell you, you saw me. I don't know. I think it was with Dion's platform, and you said to me, Sinead, I really love what you are doing. Can we have a coffee date?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a coffee date, and then there was some mix-up. Remember, the power went off, and I didn't save. Nick was supposed to come in March already for a show, for the well, not a TV show, for the live Zoom session.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Nick was, but you know, Nick, everything happens as it should. There's no mistake about it. And then I phoned Nick. I said, Nick, I'm so sorry. You were supposed to come live on Zoom, but can I give you good news? Instead of doing the live sessions now, will you come to the TV show? And I remember Nick, you went, TV show? I said, yes. I was so fortunate that I was gifted 12 episodes on a California-based TV show network. So that's why I go 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is my time, because the E360 network is in California. And I'm still going strong. I'm now at episode 28. So I'm so happy, Nick, that you are here. So Nick, when you sent me your story and your whole story, the long and the short one, I could not sleep that night.
Mm,
I was thinking how you I cannot even comprehend what your mother would have gone through.
mm,
Because as a mum, that having her husband killed, it was it her mother and father-in-law. It was her dad's mother and father, yes. And then you can just tell us, I cannot remember how many meters you actually went through the window when the car. So if you can just tell us a little bit about that. But I don't even know how your mum got through everything.
mm,
And I
mm,
know it's because the love for you and your brother that have kept her going.
mm,
But I was like, I could not sleep that night. I was like, and even days after that, it was in my mind all the time. How powerful, how amazing your mother is. It is just,
mm,
I cannot even comprehend. So please tell us a little bit more about the accident, and then what do you see in your mother?
mm, mm,
The way that she just went, keep on going. Please.
mm. Sure. So we were traveling down to Durban. So we weren't traveling back. We were traveling from Joburg or Johannesburg, for those of you who are unfamiliar, from Johannesburg down towards the coast to a place called Durban. And we were on the highway, which I think you would call a free state. And we stopped on the shoulder of the road because we were traveling in two cars and one of them got a flat tire. So we stopped on the side of the road, one car behind the other. Both cars put their hazard lights on, put the emergency triangle out. All the normal safety precautions were taken. By the way, this was at 10 o'clock in the morning on a bright summer's day. So it was bright. It wasn't raining, nothing like that. And unfortunately, a short time after they had done all of this in terms of safety precautions, my dad was busy fixing the tire. It was the back right tire of the first car, and a drunk driver drove into the back of the car, which then collided with the second car, trapping my dad in between the two cars. And unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries 3 days later after the accident. My grandparents died on impact, and I was still in the car at the time. About 10 seconds before the accident, my mom had just unclipped the belt buckle. And then with that, I went flying through the windscreen, and I landed about 15 meters away from the car. And owing to my age, I was only 6 months old. My head basically split open, and I had to have emergency operations and everything. Luckily, my brother was outside of the car at the time. He was 5 at the time. He was outside of the car. So in terms of physical injuries, he had none, but obviously psychological injuries, there was definitely some trauma there. And he was actually the first person on the scene, so to speak. So when the ambulance drivers arrived, they asked him to basically describe everything. And to this day, my mom would say, or has told us before, that if you ask him what happened, he won't be able to say. But when he was young, he used to sleep talk. And one thing he used to say is what he was telling the ambulance drivers. So the ambulance, that whole trauma had been taken to the dark recesses of his brain, and it was still there. He had just, his brain had somewhat like protected himself. So that was the car accident. In terms of my mom being the pillar of strength and the person who brought it all together, absolutely. One thing I would say that has been her pillar and what she does is, and luckily I get this from her as well, is you see a problem and you go for it. You solve it, you work on it, and you just keep going. You see a challenge, you keep going. You want to do something, you keep going. And that's what she's done. We had issues, obviously, when I was growing up with numerous operations and things like that. She just kept going. And she had no other choice for herself and no other choice for her family because it meant so much to her. So she just kept pushing and making things happen. When I was at school, I went to a special needs school up until standard 1, which is grade 3. And then in grade 3, the school said, Nick is smart enough and capable enough to go to a normal school. But keep in mind, I'm 39 now, so this was a fair amount of time before. So inclusive education or bringing people with disabilities into the mainstream school wasn't a common practice. So my mom had to go to 8 different schools before I was accepted into one. And even when I was accepted into one, she had to use the law to get me in because my brother had gone to that school. And so she said, by law, you have to accept my other sibling. And so it was a fight every day. And she was just there holding everything together.
Wow, Nick. And because of all the things that happened, you decided that you are going to show people you can do anything. And that is how it's just how amazing. And I have a little bit of research you and how amazing everywhere you go, you are trying to empower people because you can do anything if you put your mind through it.
Absolutely.
So that's amazing. We're going to talk a little bit how you empowering other people. I would love to go back to Linda. So Linda, with your let me just quickly say, Anjana, say hi everyone. Hello Anjana. I was wondering what is going on. Nobody from the Diamond Buddhas is giving us love, but now I'm so happy to see that we got some love, Anjana. And Anjana is going on a boat cruise. Oh, it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. So, Linda, please tell us your vision board. Um, you said you had cancer and you decided to take a totally different path. How did you brought in vision boards for you, and then how are you teaching other people to use the vision board? Because I also believe you have to see it to believe it. I know that's a saying that's very not right. And then I didn't know I'm going to do this, but near my heart, I've got my grandmother's handkerchief.
Mm.
And then if I quickly can unfold it here, because the paper is quite hard. This is my wish list that I have done for the 20th of June. That's my birthday. And up till the 19th of June. So I have 124 things that I want to accomplish by the end of next year. And I have done 5 things already since my birthday. And then I've done this, but not the vision board because the vision board was on my Excel spreadsheet. And a Sunday, I will then go through my vision board. And sometimes I'm too tired and I don't do that as well. This year, I decided from the list, I am going to make sure to have 7 pages of what's on the list must be on the board so that I can put it here in front of me in my office. And I would have had it already to show, but I had to wait for some funds so that I can laminate it as well. But Linda, can you please tell us how did the vision board change your life?
The first time I made a vision board was in about the year 1999. And I made it at the sales professionals club that I belonged to. And I thought, well, this is cute. And I just put pictures on it because that's what I thought you did. And I'm not even sure if I accomplished anything I put in that board. After I was diagnosed with cancer, I made a vision board. And I was very clear about, my daughter and I worked on it together, very clear about our outcome for the whole entire time of treatment, that how I would feel, how I would react, what I would do when I was down. And we had pictures of support from people in our family that we had experience with when my sister-in-law was going through cancer. So it became real, and it was, why was this important? Why did I do this? It was so that I would thrive. And that's when I realized the power of the vision board. So what I teach, what I've learned from it, is that we can take pictures and put them on paper. But if we don't know how we'll feel or how important it is to us to have those things, and when people would come to my events, for instance, this one building inspector, he says, I know I'm here because we're supposed to make vision boards, but why? I said, well, what do you want this year? What's your goal? I want to double my income. And I went, well, why? Well, because I want to double my income. What will that do for you? What will it do for your family? Well, I can take my kids to Disneyland. You need a picture of Disneyland with your pictures in front of it on your vision board. And you need to share it with your children so they will remind you. Then you need to take pictures of it. You put it in your day timer. You put it on the medicine cabinet in your bathroom. You put it in your car. You put it everywhere. And when you see it, you remember why you're doing. Because some days, quite honestly, aren't as easy. It gets hard to be out there working and raising a family. The vision boards reminds you of the joy of the outcome you will have from what you're doing. So that's what I teach. And we write those whys and we write those affirmations to go with them, so that every time your subconscious sees that board, it goes, ah, this is what Linda wants. And it works with you even though you don't know it.
Wow, amazing. I love that, Linda. And Linda, one of my things was when I was on my journey to lose weight, if I do feel like not eating right, I will go and stand in front of the mirror and play my forever song. And my forever song is Walking on Sunshine. And then I will look in the mirror, but I will see I am swinging on a swing, and my grandson is next to me, next to the sea, because everywhere in New Zealand they've got play parks where you actually swing, and then you see this, you swing next to the sea. And every time I saw it, I could smell the ocean. I could feel that I had bring in my all my emotions, and that also helped me to stay on track. So thank you so much for that, Linda. Before I come to you, Nick, I've got a message from a beautiful lady. She is going to come next week. And Lisa, she's going to come to talk to us on greatness next week. And she sent her love to us. So thank you so much, Louisa. I really appreciate that. So I cannot wait for next week. But today is such an amazing thing, because if I think about my whole life, self-talk was the biggest thing. Because self-talk, when I started to change my self-talk, my self-love for myself, also my worthiness for myself started to uplift. Then I did my forgiveness session for myself. I forgive everybody, but the last part I forgave myself. And it also helped. So everything helped. And that's why when I decided my company's name is Self Love Ignites Me, it spells slim. So yes, I have slimmed down, but Nick will know an Afrikaans word for slim is using your mind, is wise, is clever. I use my mind because I've used mindfulness every day to slim down. So, my beautiful Nick, you are also inspiring the world. Tell us how you empower others, please.
So a big part of my journey is the learnings that I've had throughout throughout my whole life. And it was about when I was about 32, 33, I've always been a little bit ahead of the game. So I had not a midlife crisis, but a moment where I was like, why am I here? What am I doing? What's my purpose? And I thought to myself, not this couldn't have happened for no reason. This couldn't have happened for nothing. If I can do something with it, what should I do with it? And then I look back at what I've been doing so far, and from when I was young to now, and it's always been empowering people. It's always been help others see what they could become, or nudge them on the route to becoming a better version of themselves. And at the same time, or around the same time, I joined a professional speaking body called PSASA, which is the Professional Speakers Association of South Africa. And I joined a launch class. The purpose of the launch class is to take people who have been speaking but now want to do it on a professional level. And during this class, they said to me, Nick, you've got this empowerment, you've got this thing that you like and everything. Can you put it into some form of an acronym, or can you make it work for you in your personal way? And I love dancing. Despite my disability, I've been dancing for 21 years. So my dancing career became an adult this year. And my passion is salsa. I actually call myself a salsa disciple because I just want to spread the moves. And so they said, can you take your love for dancing and your empowerment and put them together? And long story short, I came up with the acronym DANCE, which is be driven, authentic, nimble, courageous, and empowered. And it's a workshop that I run. Or if I give talks at events, I pick one or two themes depending on what the audience wants or what the organizer wants, and then I target those. So I've spoken at retiree villages, and I've spoken on authenticity. I've spoken about courage, like all of those different aspects. It's not me coming in and just saying this is what I do. It's what do you want from your audience, or what do you want your audience to gain? What do you want them to walk away with? And when I do my personal coaching, obviously that also comes in. But I've also at the same time developed another acronym, because I love acronyms, called AIM. And that is to activate, impact, and move. So Linda, you were saying just now, why was that gentleman wanting to do that? Why was he wanting to make more money? And then he said he wants to take his children to Disneyland. So that's similar to what I do there, in thinking, what is the impact of what you're doing or not doing? And not just the impact on yourself, but the impact on others as well. And so I take a person's journey, and I have a discovery call with them, and then I say, where are you now? Where do you want to be? And basically, how do you want to get there? And then we map out this journey together. But it's not a set course or anything like that. It's a journey of discovery that we go on together.
Amazing. So, my beautiful Nick, I want to play your video. So I will just see how I'm going to do this, because this is also, I put everything together, but then the video was too big. I could not bring it in here.
Sure.
So, so that didn't work. But then I individually, when Jadri let me know she cannot be here, I brought in hers, and I thought, okay, there. So then I brought in yours, and it also, so let me see. I think I need to do this. Okay, maybe it will play. Let me just see.
Hi there, my name's Nick Smit, the Rebel Ninja, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to Sanet and the rest of the panel this coming Sunday. My purpose on this earth is to empower people and help them achieve their own true realities. And I do this by helping them identify what their aim is. That's activate, impact, and move. Part of this is empowerment, living authentically, and stepping out of your comfort zone. As I said, I'm really looking forward to chatting about this and other topics this coming Sunday. I'll see you there. Bye for now.
Okay, now let me just bring you back. There you are. So, my beautiful Nick, I wanted to know, why are you called the Rebel Ninja? Please tell us.
So, I chose that. It took me quite a long journey to find that, but the reason why I came up with the Rebel Ninja is firstly meaning I am the only one, and then rebel because people have always said you can or you can't do this from when I was very 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 young. You know, we put you in this box, and I don't generally stay in that box. So, they say you can't swim. So I tried to swim. They say you can't play pool. So I played up to a professional level. They say you can't
Wow.
dance. I've been dancing for 21 years.
Wow.
And the list goes on. So basically, whatever people have said I can't do, I've said, okay. And I've gone and almost done the opposite, hence rebel. And then ninja, because ninjas tend to be courageous, disciplined, and authentic to their cause. And I think I'm the same. As well, ninjas tend to be a little bit sneaky, right? So in all the movies, one moment you see them there, and then poof, one moment they're not, or vice versa. And you see, that's me. Taking the dance floor as an example, you might see this disabled guy sitting on the sideline, and then you think, okay, the music's playing, and then boom, one moment he's sitting on the chair, and one moment he's dancing with a lady, taking her for a spin. It's just like that, and hence Rebel Ninja.
Wow, I love it. Linda, what do you think about Nick's name?
Well, I love it. I loved listening to him when I saw the video. I didn't know your story. I'm in awe, and I know everyone who sees you is in awe. And
Thank you.
thank you. Rebel Ninja, I didn't know what it was, but I will never forget your story.
Thank you very much.
And what you do for the world. Aren't we lucky to know more people that have the same passion we do?
I tell you, Linda, somebody said to me that, or a few people have told me, Sanet, you've got the most amazing guest. And then I said, yes, I am truly blessed to be me, first of all, because if it was not for what I went through and the way that my heart is, I would have never met incredible people. I would have never met you, Linda. I would have never had the guts, the oomph to go and join an American group of people, professional speakers coming from South Africa. I was the only one for a long time out of not in America. I would have never done that, but I had such a drive. So if it wasn't, I am truly privileged to be me, first of all. And then every day I thank God for helping me to and sending the right people to me, because I didn't know Nick. Nick saw me. Nick saw my profile and he said, Sanet, I love what you're doing. Can we not meet? How amazing. I would have never met Nick, never knew about Nick's beautiful story. And like I said to you, Nick, your story was so beautiful. It was a long time before I could settle down, because I keep on thinking how your mother went through all this. You know how I didn't even know about your hand, but how did you? People say no, and you just go for it. You just go for it. I'm truly, truly honored and privileged to have both of you on the show. So, Linda, you cannot believe we are 48 minutes already in, and you can give me your golden nugget, and also tell the audience where can they can go to your email address. I will, not your email address, your Facebook page. I will bring it up again. But how can they also contact you?
Well, my golden nugget is to turn that frown upside down. So I have a picture always of a downward that we can just simply turn upside down.
Oh, wow, I love it.
Now, where that came from, there's a toy store in America called Toys R Us. It's kind of out of business mostly now, but its song was Turn That Frown Upside Down, and it has stuck with me for 30 years. And it has become something that I teach, to turn that frown upside down. When we find ourselves saying negative things, the frown is down and we need to turn it upside down. And the more I I'm sure you've done this, Nick, and I know you have, Sanet, the more we work and the more we write and create what we're giving to people, our little themes come back, like AIM and dance that you use. I love acronyms too. And I can't use frown because I think that's negative, but I'll turn it to smile. I haven't built that acronym yet, but it's been in process. So that's what I say. When you find yourself down on yourself, it brings you down further. And so you have to figure a trigger to bring yourself back up. And I've started telling myself every time I'm down, just remember, you know how to turn the frown upside down. And I start laughing. And once I start laughing, I feel better. That's like my first affirmation about cancer was, I give thanks and praise I continue to live my joyful life full out with only healthy, vibrant cells. It didn't move me. It didn't make me feel better. And then I added, and with a smile on my face.
Oh, wow.
Once I added that, it changed everything. So that's my golden nugget. Turn your frown upside down and keep pictures of that frown turning upside down.
So can I give you SMAL, the acronym for SMAL? Start your internal love energy or engine. My beautiful Nick, thank you. What is your golden nugget?
I think in line with today's theme, it would be authentically aim for who you want to be. Be yourself, accept yourself. That is the challenges that you face, and don't let them beat you. Aim to challenge them, and not in a negative way, but in a positive way, in an uplifting way, to build yourself and to push you in the right direction. And think about that aim. What activates you? What is impacting you, or what impact can you have on the world if you are living your power? And then obviously move. Get up and do something. Take an action. I attended a talk yesterday, and one of the speakers said, why does everything happen on Monday? People always say, I'll start it on Monday. And he's like, why Monday? No, just start it today. So if you're watching this now live, think about it to start. Yes, I know tomorrow is Monday, but start tomorrow. If you're watching a recording of this and it happens to be a different day, don't wait till Monday.
Exactly.
Aim now.
Yes. It's like me, Nick. I always went on diet on a Monday. And when I changed my life, I started on a Sunday. And I started on my son's birthday. And I knew there's going to be cake, but I knew if I could get through that day, I will be okay. So, Nick, we've got a message for you. One of the ladies in the Diamond Beauty said, Nick, your story is captivating and so authentic. Keep up the good you are doing. So my beautiful Linda and beautiful Nick, we've got 2 minutes. May I ask if you would love to have a dance with me?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I just want to say I cannot play Walking on Sunshine, but Jennifer Gerald have written this song for me. So here we go.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Watch me take to the sky, sing